on, he's going for the guide, closing the door, boom. And the guide usually won't let that close. Like I pay attention to, like I hold it there and I don't let him. Right. And this door will always be closed as well. Go ahead and jump out, 10 o'clock. The biggest thing here is just not jumping, transferring that weight, because that pilot feels everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's that? If you can buckle it, go green.
Oh,
green to green, yeah, that's great, awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, that's a point. That's a point, man.
That's why we do this.
Turn the other way, sir.
That's why we do this. We never grab any handles, latches, or levers.
I should have filmed this if it's over.
For that reason alone, we never grab latches, levers, and handles. And that's why we do that. And so when we get out of the aircraft, you know where to grab. I was hoping somebody would do that just for that reason, you know. And everybody does, everybody does that. So
How many bottles of wine is that?
Well, the pilot has penalties. And penalties basically for you guys are, it's a bottle of wine to the pilot. If he catches you first it's a bottle of wine to the pilot from the guide. If you're getting in and out of the helicopter with your boots on, the pilot's going to hammer your guide. Your boys have
That's the old theory, shit rolls downhill.
Well, the second time you owe the pilot a bottle of wine.
Yeah, keep your boots
The other
buckled.
thing is that if you grab his seat and you kick his seat, he's going to say, penalty! You know who it is, that's a bottle. Same breath. You get out of the aircraft and you hit handles and stuff like that, that's a blatant penalty. Like,
Is there a minimum price on the bottle of wine?
you can buy $1 bottle.
There's no dollar bottles of wine in Cordova.
But bottom line, you don't want penalties. It's just, you know, and we're not here to charge you penalties, but it's for your own safety and the big picture. And the big picture is that we want to get in and out of this aircraft smooth and efficient. When we leave the base here, there's all water. This is all ocean between here and just around that point. Our fly zone is around that point and behind this mountain right here, and about 75 miles deep by 75 miles by 50 miles. It's huge, huge area. You guys are all going to be very familiar with Butter Bowl, Velvet Valley, The Worm, Full Support, Oz, Super Bowl, all these cool places. But back to this thing, when we fly here out of base and when we're coming in from town, during the field day when we're out skiing, these things are just under our seat and forgotten about. But when we leave here, they're in our lap. We don't make you wear them. And I had to fight tooth and nail to not have to wear these things after the few years because it's a pain in the ass putting these things away. And so they were like, okay, we'll cut you some slack and let you have it in the seat or in your lap. When you leave here, it has to be in your lap. When you're coming back, when you come over water, you reach down under your seat and you put it in your lap. It has to be in your lap. It's for your own safety. This thing is really simple. Male-female end on buckles. Unstraps it. Black goes around the waist. Buckled, it's on, okay? Before I get out of the aircraft, I hit the orange lever, comes right over my head. You see the hole. Looks like one of those little toilet seats that you put on a toilet when you're out there at a restaurant or whatever. It's what it looks like. Pull it up over your head. 2 CO2 cartridges that inflates it for you. You can also top them off. In the event of a hard landing and we go into water, all you want to do is unpop this, put it over yourself. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. All of these doors, you can kick every one of these windows open. These windows open. This door here pops out, pops open. Everything on this aircraft, the same side, you can kick the windows open and you can dive out. But once you dive out and you're in the water, that's when we inflate our CO2. You can top them off, and immediately, once you're in the water, take your boots off. The very first thing you got to do, because they say in Alaska you got less than 5 minutes. Well, we got boats that we're going, and we've only got about a 2.5 mile stretch between here and the end. We're coming to you, but you got your ski boots on, you're sinking, and you're going to be bobbling and dealing with the whole works. And so some of us know how cold this water is out here. and it's not fun. John can elaborate on that story if he likes, but we don't see kayak here
What are you
anymore.
looking at me for?
No, it's something that we take seriously. This in particular, over the head, kick the doors open, inflate the CO2 cartridges in the water. If you do it in there, all 5 of you guys aren't getting out. You're going to be big Michelin men stuck to each other. And so it's imperative. That's that with the life vest. We just wrap them up. We keep them done and buckled. They sit in our lap. When we're done with them and we go out over land, they go under the seat, not down at your feet, because you'll kick them out of the aircraft. And then they're chasing themselves down the slope. Right directly behind the pilot seat, there's a red fire extinguisher. All you guys saw that getting in and out. It's directly behind the seat. You can't miss it. Obviously, that fire extinguisher isn't going to put a fire out into this aircraft. If Nick's on fire, let him burn. He'll land the aircraft at such time, then you can give him a squirt. But do not squirt that stuff in the aircraft because it's going to suck all the oxygen out of that cabin. And it's going to infiltrate that whole place with white mist, and he's not going to be able to see, and then you're going to crash. And so we'd rather go down in flames than go down in a whole ball of smoke that we can't see. And so all we do with that fire extinguisher, obviously, is put the wet stuff on the red stuff once we're on the ground. Make sense? Really, really simple. Your guide should never have this door open while you're getting in and out. You guys all see this and saw how easy it comes off? It's a simple push on, push off. But if your guide's unloading people and has you, every guide's different. I'm trying to get away from using this, but the first guy out, if he has you and instructs you in your heli briefing to hold this door, we just hold this door, just like so. We're not pulling on it or pushing on it, we're holding it right here so that orange handle doesn't come off. At such time your guide will relieve you, put you at 10 o'clock, he'll close it up, yada yada. But bottom line is that if he ever puts you in charge of that door, there's 2 hands on that door to hold it, because obvious reasons. It's really simple. This door comes off, look where it is, it's up in the rotors. And so it's imperative you hang on to it.
So you're standing up when that's going on? Or
Yeah, you can, yeah, you might be standing right here holding that. That's not a problem at all. You could even be right here, holding it. Whatever's comfortable for you. But bottom line, you're close to that aircraft. Any questions so far? I haven't even looked at my list. I should probably look at my list.
Is it CO2 extinguisher?
CO2 extinguisher, yeah. We talked about operations. We got a 50-foot rule. When we're fueling the aircraft, and you guys are all going to be stationed out here, it's imperative that we stay 50 feet away from the aircraft when we're fueling. And so a lot of times when we come back to base, we're trying to hot fuel. You guys aren't going to go to a 10 o'clock when we land here. The guide's going to tell you before we land, hey, we're going to grab and go. And so the guide's going to jump out and he's going to start basically placing stuff here. Doesn't matter if it's yours or not, just grab what you can and drag it right off the pad. The idea is to expedite, get everybody off this helipad as fast as possible, because the fueler's standing over there 50 feet away waiting to run out to fuel so we can load the next group and or go get the next group. Talked about pilot seat not kicking it, obvious reasons. The tail rotor awareness, we talked about that. 10 o'clock position. Main rotor, we talked about how landings in the field are completely different. It's not flat and calm like this. Operation of the doors, everybody understand this door and how they work? The handles are really simple. We talked about...
Who closes the door last?
The guide does all the closing. Okay. So you're never going to have to deal with latches and levers. However, you can see how, everybody look inside here, see the red arrow on the far